All right. This upload, I'm going to be reviewing Futurama, Season 2, Episode 10 and 11. Episode 10 is titled Put Your Head on My Shoulder, and Episode 11 is titled The Lesser of Two Evils. So, um, 10 it's an interesting one. Um, the characters featured in this one are Fry, Leela Bender, and I guess you could consider this episode an Amy episode. This is the little, I believe she's Chinese or something like that. You know, you always roll the dice of being a little racist if you don't know which Asian these people are. I think that came out completely wrong. But you know what I mean. So you gotta ask. You just don't know. I believe she's speaking Cantonese or Mandarin, which is primarily those are Chinese languages, as far as I know. But anyway, yeah. So it's really this episode must have coming out close to Valentine's Day, or because it has a Valentine's Day theme to it. So they did. You know, I should have took notes on this episode. I keep saying I'm gonna take notes, or I should have took notes, but I never do. But anyway, because they do such a good job in this episode of setting you up for something, and it never materializes, and then it does. You know, so for instance, how Fry and Amy's relationship gets comes to be is they're trapped in a car, and the tow truck driver pulls up, and I think this is like one of the carryovers from The Simpsons, because I think they have the same creator and say a lot of the same writers and animators on Futurama as they do in The Simpsons. But anyway, um, this is one of the carryovers from The Simpsons. Like there's always like the door hop, or like some type of service, some person in a service position who comes up when two of the characters are getting intimate, is always making sounds. So I mean, Fry and Amy are trapped in the car, and the windows are fogged up, and the tow truck driver comes up, and he's like, ho 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 ho, and then he wipes off the steam off the window, and they're in there playing cards, which that's a real that's like a dead joke almost, but it's really funny. And he's like, oh. And then as soon as they start getting told, they get the bright idea, because both of them are dim-witted. Both of the characters are dim-witted. So they get the bright idea to be like, hey, so, since we're getting told, you want to do it? And you're like, yeah, sure. And then they do it. Because initially you're led down the path of thinking they've already done the deed or are doing the deed, but they were literally playing cards, which is basically a dead joke. Episode continues, but seeing how it's like only 20 minutes of material, the arc of the story has to go really fast. So Fry winds up falling out of losing interest with Amy really quickly, and then of course Amy decides to find somebody else really quickly. So it's just happening like boom, 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 boom. Can't snap for some reason, but it's just happening really fast. Um, but of course, Leela's there to save the day. Winds up saving Fry from the date. Oh, but the date, I can't remember how, because there was an accident. No. They went. Fry was getting sick of Amy, and so they went on another car ride. Ironically, and in this car ride, for some reason, they brought Zoidberg, and like you would figure, Zoidberg has claws for hands. So how is he going to drive? And of course, he snaps the steering wheel off, and they crash, causing Fry to be decapitated. But Zoidberg's a doctor, so, and it's a cartoon, and it's based in the future, so he's able to transplant his head onto Amy's body, and Fry still winds up breaking up with her, and that's where I guess that's the I guess I should have put that in there before I was like Leela saves the day, because it's really like can't really save the day because his head's on her body. It doesn't really make too much sense. You have to really use your imagination in this episode. That's the only reason I'm going to rate it kind of low. But it's a great interpretation of something that's been done countless times on who knows how many sitcoms. Two people are co-workers or living together, whatever. They get into a relationship and they fall out of a relationship, and then they start dating other people, and then somebody else comes to save, which is a pretty nice thing. I think that was all for that episode, though. Thinking that's the only thing that happened in the episode. Oh, and a side story is Bender is I think that was in this episode. It was. I hope it was in this episode, not the next one. But the side story was Bender has a recall on his. Yeah, this wasn't an episode. Bender has a recall on his on his behind. It's like a play on cars and kind of like the scam that buying a car from a dealership is, and the whole process. Because even though it's new, there's things called recalls and there's things called campaigns. They both are referring to small things or issues that are defects that come along with manufacturing products in mass quantities. So they wind up giving him like a fake butt. And he's like, "Oh, how dare you!" And he takes it off again. He gets really upset. Bender gets upset that the guy gave him a fake butt. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I'm still gonna rate it pretty low. It made me laugh though, but it's not the worst episode I've ever seen. I have to go back and see which one I said was the worst episode. But this is not the worst episode. I'm going to rate it low. Now, this is jumping to the next episode. The next episode was The Lesser of Two Evils. This one's a good one. Because this episode, I think I might have to split these reviews up. Nah, I don't know. I think I'll keep these lumped together. Makes more sense having these two lumped together. But doing two at a time, I should say. But what was I gonna say? The next episode is titled "The Lesser of Two Evils," and yeah, this is a good episode because this introduces Flexo, Bender's. It's not his alternate self or something like that. He's literally just another robot that was designed to do exactly what Bender's designed to do, but all he has is like a little like mustache. It's not. I mean, a little beard, a little pointy, like Picasso type beard. That's the only difference between him and Bender. And of course, Flexo he insults you and then says he was just joking and he likes you. I don't get that part. This one was an episode, of course. This one was featuring Leela, Fry, Bender, and introducing Flexo. Like I said before, I've watched this series a couple times. So Flexo just come back, just reappeared in another episode, or was he in the episode before? I don't remember, but he does come up in another episode down the line. Of course, I have to show love to my little boo boo, my dog. She can't go too long without having some type of affection. She's a good dog though. But anyway, what was I gonna say? So they introduced Flexo. Now the whole thing, you can already kind of tell where this episode's going, but I don't think that hurts the quality of it because you say, okay, there's going to be some type of switcheroo going on. Which one's really worse? If you look at the title, if you're given a chance to look at the title before you watch the episode, The Lesser of Two Evils, which one is going to be the worst? And you want to place all your doubt into Flexo because you don't know this character. I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil the episode. It turns out it's Bender. They're supposed to be delivering some type of tiara to a Miss Universe contest. Of course, Bender steals it, but they think it's Flexo. But Flexo winds up getting arrested for it anyway because they both look alike. Let me see if I can bring up some of the hilarity out of this episode. The only thing I can remember really is when Flexo and Bender become fast friends. Cut it out. When Flexo and Bender become fast friends, they decide to go to a strip club. Now they've already. I know for a fact they've already played on the fact with this robots and robot sexuality, which is to me I think is funny because it's hilarious because they're saying a schematic is equivalent to a fold out in a nudie mag, which I just think is hilarious. I just think it's hilarious. So they wind up going to the strip club, and of course, it's all robot strip club. It's all robot strip club, and it's all robot strip club, and Fry's in there with them because he's a doofus, and they get a lap dance from one of the robot strippers, and oh man, that is hilarious. She starts making her own song. It's like ooh, chicka, ooh, chicka, ooh, and then she jumps on him and starts vibrating. Of course, it's gonna like crush him. It's a robot. The reality of it is the hilarious part. I think I left something out from the last episode. Was it the last episode? Yeah, the last episode. This was also one of Bender's many characters. This one, he was a robot pimp. He had a gold tooth. Sorry, I forgot. I just remembered that as I'm saying this episode. Now, back to this episode. Episode continues. Of course, they think it's Flexo. They find out it's Bender. I've already explained the end of the episode. I'm sorry. But I liked it because it had a lot more jokes in there other than the robot strippers. But yeah, so today is Saturday. Oh, and tomorrow I'm gonna have. Oh, tomorrow I'm gonna do some movie reviews, and then on Monday I'll have a spotlight. I'm thinking about doing something on Tuesday, but I don't think I should. Anyway, till tomorrow.